I watched the new Netflix series Bet so you don't have to. Why did I do that? Probably because I hate myself. You see, I have this weird and complex relationship with myself. Anyways. Hello, people, and if you're unfamiliar with what's Netflix Bet, well, it's a live action adaptation of the series slash anime called Kakegurui. It's pretty famous. You must have seen some meme or maybe this
Stranger.
cringe TikTok trend. Yeah. Remember when this was a thing? Thank God we left this in 2021. Well, Netflix Bet is not a one-to-one live action adaptation of the anime. It is inspired from the anime. Yes, whenever you hear the word inspire, you know they're gonna mess up. Well, it follows kind of a similar story, except it's really fast. It also follows kind of the similar concept about girls playing poker and being horny. Except they don't get horny, they just get really cringe. Now, the main character Yumiko is completely the same in the anime and the live action, and rest of the characters are inspired from the anime. Like Rio is now Ryan, Midari looks like this, and Runa now is a femboy. Yes, they are the same character except for their race and their names. Well, why did they change it? Because the adaptation is made by Netflix. You can guess why did they change it, okay? Now, before I go fully gunslinging on why this was a huge mistake and how God had nothing to do with the creation of this series, let's start with the positives. Yes, there are positives. No, I'm not paid by Netflix, okay? I wish I were, guys, okay? I wish I were. Now, the biggest positives of this series was the amount of money they wasted. No, to be fair, the production quality was insane. The music was great, the graphics great. It's by Netflix, okay? They spend a lot of money on this. Other than that, the biggest positive of the series was Miku Martino. I'm so sorry if I pronounce it wrong. English is not my first language. But anyways, Miku here, who played Yumiko, did an amazing job, okay? Yes, she actually nailed, I shouldn't say nailed, but in her own way, she really brought justice to this character from the anime. It had the same intensity, the vibes. Now, she wasn't allowed to get horny, but she covered that up with her excitement and random screaming and these weird little noises. Yeah, really well done. I wasn't really expecting that. I think she was the reason why I could actually complete the series and not leave after the second episode. A lot of people were saying the character was kind of cringe, but guys, that's the point. You can't remove anime from cringe or cringe from anime. They're kind of the same thing. Now, for the next positive, well, uh, I guess they tried. That's a positive, guys. I'm trying really hard here, okay? Go a little easy on me. They did put in some effort. No, think they watched the anime at least. Now, before bashing and telling you guys why this wasn't a great series, I would like to quote a great man from a long time ago. Actually, me, from like 3 weeks ago. You see, I already made a video about the Netflix new Kakegurui live action trailer, in which I wasn't at all shy for giving my opinions on how I actually think this would be a garbage series. Because I don't see any demand. I don't. So why is there a supply for this? But in that video, I said if there is a story or a world that exists in some sort of a media, be it an anime, be it a game, which is liked and which is celebrated by the fans, and if you take that and try to adapt it to a different media like a TV series, you have to do something better or at least on par with that. You know why? Because if you don't, it's obviously gonna be pointless. Wow, sometimes I actually say smart shit, right? And this series is exactly that, a pointless Netflix adaptation and nothing else. They did try to do something unique, but they didn't really do anything better. They didn't even reached on par with the anime or the manga. To be honest, they didn't even do better than the live action that already existed of Kakegurui. Yes, there was one before this that was completely Japanese. Yes, the Yumeko character was great, but there was no actor or no character that matched the intensity of our main protagonist. Yeah, look at the RLS student council,
Oh my
man.
god, bro.
So it was really weird because she didn't really had anyone to bounce off of. It was like she is performing and then there's people who are props. There was also this character which I thought was doing a nice-ish kind of job, but then she fizzled out throughout the series, and yeah, that's that. The acting was really inconsistent, it was weird, and I actually feel bad about the actors because, again, I don't think so. Kakegurui is a series you should be adapting to a live action. Like, there are some stories or concepts that only look good on an anime or a manga, and Kakegurui is a huge example for that. Girls playing poker and getting horny. Obviously, an anime is going to be the best media for this one. Come on, guys. The dialogues weren't the best. Gimmicks they added for the humor element were really bad. Now, again, it wasn't a completely horrendous series. To be honest, it wasn't even bad. It was okay. 100 times better than what I expected, actually. The only reason I'm gonna be watching this is just to know how bad this is. But my problem with this is actually that there is already an anime, a manga, another live action, and people will obviously gonna compare it with that. If you're not comparing it, I might actually give the series like a 6. It's still watchable, but pointless. Cause if I wanna introduce someone with Kakegururi, I'm definitely not recommending them this. I'm obviously going with the anime or the manga. I also want to talk about this one weird thing. It really felt like they were focusing on the plot. From the first 3, 4 episode, it was going really, really fast. But like after that, there wasn't really much to the plot. They were just playing. Yeah. I think it's because they only took like 10 episodes. So, though they cut down on the plot to add these games, which to be honest wasn't the worst decision, but it's still kind of weird because it felt like you had different ideas in the first 3, 4 episodes and then completely in the rest of the series. But you know what? I wanna end this video on a positive note. This was a completely average show, yes, average at best, okay? But you can see the effort. There was so much bad about this series, but it was still watchable, and yeah, that's all the positivity I can squeeze out of myself. If you wanna watch Kakigurui, go watch the anime. If you have watched the anime and the manga and the first live action, and if you're thinking that, oh, I want to relive some of the moments, then maybe it is the best thing for you. So, anyways, guys, I give this series a 5.9. And if you disagree with me and you want to completely trash on the series, you're very welcome to, okay? I don't mind. Well, boys, it's been real, but I gotta go now. I have another video to make. Bye bye. Oh, I forgot to do the intro. Well, hello, people. This is Cybot. Oh,